Hey everybody, in this video we're going to quickly go over the features of the map growth and map reading fluency dashboard. And so up at the top you will have a term selector here for all imported terms, and you can import as many terms going back or going forward as you need to. This also cross filters with the term selection down here, so if I select fall, it'll cross filter for fall down here at the bottom. And then of course you can filter by grade here if you like. As you scroll down, you'll see that the data is organized in many different ways for analysis. And each chart has a tooltip that will explain how the information is visualized, as well as the reference information from NWEA. So you can see here that we are referencing the 2025 normative data. But if I come back up here to import and select 2015, you can see that that changes to the 2015 reference data. And then this also changes in the tooltip in the upper right. I'll switch back over to the 2025. If I come down a bit further, you can see the top and bottom performers for each grade by selecting grade and also course. These are also exportable as Excel files. If I head back up to the top, I can go to the grade level report. From here, I can generate the report, and I can see how students are performing across the grade level. So this report, the primary audience is the management team, as well as the grade level teams and the heads of grade or heads of department, to evaluate how the students across the grade are performing on MAP. If I head to the Homeroom report, I can select Generate Report. And these homeroom reports are meant for the homeroom teachers and subject teachers of these particular homerooms. It'll show you the students' data here in table format. You can also select this by course. And if I scroll down, I can see the distributions for each course. The primary audience for the homeroom reports are going to be the homeroom teachers and the subject teachers. I can also select export all homeroom reports so that I can get one report for each homeroom to share with them. If I head over to interventions, you'll want to click the tooltip and familiarize yourself with how these interventions are determined and calculated. But essentially, what we're looking at is how many standard deviations below grade level is the student compared to the MAP reference norms. And then also, what is their observed growth over their projected growth, to see if students are meeting their growth projections. And so, for example, here I have a student who is 3 standard deviations below grade level, and they did not meet their growth projection. So they received a 100% weighted score. You can also untick some of these and export this as an Excel file. You can even sort by grade level if you want to share this with specific grade level teams. Do know that all of this is sample data that was generated for this overview. So if I head over to Map Reading Fluency, I can look at my benchmark data for all grades and homerooms. I can review progress monitoring data by grade or by homeroom. I can also look at growth tracking over time by grade, and also review interventions. Again, you'll want to hit this tooltip to see how these are weighted. Essentially, it's organized into oral reading and foundational skills. And in the absence of benchmark data, it is equally weighted across. So some schools will do oral reading and foundational skills benchmarks at certain grade levels. And in those cases, each of these would take an equal weight of 10%. But for a student who only took an oral reading benchmark, this 40% would be equally divided. So they would be 25% each. Finally, I have the homeroom report. I can export all of these homeroom reports for each homeroom teacher to review. Lastly, I have student reports, and I can search a student, such as Albert here. Select the student, click View Report, and I can get a full comprehensive report of their foundational skills and oral reading benchmarks from reading fluency, their progress monitoring, as well as their MAP growth assessments for each of the assessments that they've taken over the years. Something to note that, again, like map growth, all of this reference data is pulled from NWEA. And again, if you scroll down to the bottom here, you can see in the attribution section where this data comes from.